what Pastor Thomas was just saying, I have not read from anyone that I know personally who has gone on and done family historical research and to uncover his lineage as it pertains to his life and as it relates to his life today. Um, what was your motivation?
Okay, the motivation for this book kind of came out of, like you said, if you go to any library, you go to any other depository, you'll see notebooks and self-published books of essentially Caucasians who've written their family history, but you see very few, if any, African Americans. And we have lots of African Americans who are out doing their genealogy, and what they're doing is they're recording their family history, and then they're putting them in these notebooks, and then they're putting those notebooks in the bottom of their drawers, and they're there, and that's it. A group of us got together many years ago and said we need to do something about getting these stories published. So that was the germ of this book. This book we started working on this book in February of 2013 when a group of individuals in the Silver Spring area of Maryland who had connections to Edgefield County came together and said we want to do a book, and so they began talking back and forth about how they want to do it, and then the instigator of all this was Bernice Bennett. She is the rock that holds this book together and holds all of us together. She called me and she said, Harris, do you want to write a chapter in this book? And I said, well, I have no connections to Edgefield County. She said, but I want you to write the history part of it. And so I said, okay, I'll do that. And what's unique about this book is that we do have those four family historians who've gone back and done their genealogy, and they've done different techniques. They've used the traditional method of going to the courthouse and looking up records. They've done DNA. Vincent is great because Vincent would drive from New York City to Newberry and Saluda and Augusta, and he would hunt down his family members. He would just literally hunt them down. So and they wrote a history part. They wrote their family history part, and they asked me to do the history part to put it within a context, so that so we can see what was the history of these individuals that these family members were living in. When I wrote the history part, what I wanted to do was I wanted to show that there were more to African Americans in colonial South Carolina than just slaves.
Yeah.
I want to show that as early as the 1720s and the 1730s, there were free people of color in the Edgefield district. I want to talk about Fort Moore, which is on Beach Island in Augusta now, but that was all part of Edgefield County. That there was a huge African presence there because they were in the militia. They served as what they called the scouts, and they worked in the backcountry also. So that's what I want to show. But also, I just want to also talk about the different cycles that's gone through the South and how these economic cycles have had an impact on African Americans.